until Richard can see me live.
Wait, hold on.
I can do it again. Yeah. Let me know when you have me opened and I'm talking.
Can't.
Let me see what this
Counterpick.
is.
Stupid.
The way he says our name is glorious. Can't counterpick stupid.
Are we gonna get a nice echo of what we've been saying?
Okay, I see you playing.
Yes.
So should we all mute everybody except for you? How does that work?
It's probably like 5 seconds or so.
If you mute me, you'll hear me in the stream. Like, mute me in Discord, but then you'll hear me in the stream. That makes sense?
Okay.
I think we're overcomplicating this if we just... Like, we're gonna hear it twice. Unless we're on Cavalier guess.
What are we going to hear twice? Me?
Why are you saying everything twice?
Twice?
So should we just watch Cavalier guests then?
I think so. I think if we just watch Cavalier guess and
I'm down
we
with
just
that.
start at 5:15, we could still have Ross stream it if we want to have a recording of our commentary later.
Okay. That sounds good. So it's just count down and then I'll start at 5:15 on the Cavalier guests. That way we're not hearing ourselves.
No, that was fun though.
Yep, I'm queued up at 5:15.
I'm not there yet. Hold on. Oh my god. 5:15, you say?
Yeah.
Mine's not gonna let me do it. Just watch. Okay. And pause.
And I was playing a little bit of it while waiting for you guys. He does not remember less than 3.
That's okay.
There's no way.
It's probably best for the best.
Oh, did you ask him?
No,
No,
because he
he's
starts
saying-
out by saying these guys have never been casted before, which is patently untrue because he casted our very first matchup with 4 only.
No, we had a different person. It
Oh,
wasn't.
do we?
Yeah,
It wasn't
you
it?
guys had a different guy. I can tell you that. It was I can't
Oh,
remember
okay,
his
okay.
I can't remember his name, but they are different in physique and voice.
Got it. All right.
Yeah, because the first guy was like, "Oh, they changed sides the third game. They've never been in a league before."
That's
Well,
super
that's
funny.
that's basically what this guy's saying too. I don't know if they know that you have to match your color with
One
your
Mississippi,
whatever's on the
2
website.
Mississippi.
That's what it is. That's what we did.
4 Mississippi.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
got.
we were home
You
team.
just
Yo, there's like a 5-second delay. That's it. That's cool.
Okay, are we gonna do this?
Let
Everybody
me
here?
know when to hit play.
If we keep delaying, I'm taking my pants off because it's an oven in here.
Wait, does Twitch let you do that?
Take your pants off.
My webcam's not on. It's been busted. It's super temperamental. But just for you,
We
Richard.
apparently need to have Richard watch the Honest Game trailers for League of Legends.
Those are so funny.
Okay, are you guys ready? Are you gonna watch this or just sit here?
If you're not ready, speak up now.
I'm at 5:16, so I have to time mine.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Okay, are we ready?
Yeah.
We're ready.
Richard, you count us off.
Are we gonna go on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One,
let's
two,
go on
three,
one.
go.
Okay, let's go and go.
3, 2, 1, go.
I went on the O, not the G. My bad.
Only
My bad.
Versus can't counterpick stupid.
Stupid.
I believe core only is actually on the left. Double check player names here. Now I'm confused. I thought Illusion was on the left.
Well, you're wrong, dude.
Yeah. They got it right.
Yeah, he's confused for another 25 seconds.
How come it doesn't show the
It
name?
should be can't counterpick stupid's on the left and core only's on the right. But I don't think these guys have ever been casted, so I don't know if they know that the side of the lobby you're on is supposed to be fixed to your match color on the website.
People keep
I guess I can
mistaking
ask
this.
in game since I am ref. Actually, I can just ask now.
Yeah, you're the ref, idiot.
I don't know if anybody responds to this.
No, we did. I did.
Oh, okay.
Sean did. Oh, both of you did?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, when he said who was blue.
Who can tell I haven't casted in a while?
And
Who
then-
can tell I haven't casted in a while?
Oh, that's what he meant.
Okay.
Who was?
So can't
Oh, no, I
they
guess
are
Sean
on the
did.
side.
You're right.
Okay. So we're
I
good.
thought I did.
So Coralie on the right. Can't Counterpick Stupid on the left. Mathael ban coming down. Why ban Mathael?
Because we know how to say Malthael.
Really wide open spaces, so his E is really easy to dodge, and if you don't get your E on him, then he can't really gap close you. It's not
because
Tahaka, it's
we
not
know each other's
Abathur,
teams.
It's not Falstad, it's none of the global heroes.
Which is funny,
It's not
because in the
Odin.
original match that
Some
he
heroes
cast for us,
heroes they can
and we banned
very
Abathur, he was
easily
like, I wonder if these teams know each other. That's an
temples
odd
when they
ban.
come up.
Oh, hey, we were
It's
blue
not
on the
a need for
website.
weaker Heroes.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, we know, Russ.
He
We
doesn't
were
actually
home
not
team.
good anyway. The only reason to
Just
the only
because you guys
reason
can't
to
use the
Mathael's is
website
like
doesn't mean I
funny
haven't
sort of
figured it
Shogal
out.
issues, maybe. Although Mathael's not that good into Shogal either. I don't know. It's interesting. So we're gonna have the response to Dan ban. Don't like the Horrify. I wonder, and this is one of the reasons that I really wish we could have seen Game 1.
You were late,
I
jerk
feel
face.
like these bans are about what happened in Game 1.
Hey, there's
Because-
one, not ours.
They don't make sense on the face of it unless you know the enemy team has comfort heroes and you're just banning their comfort heroes.
Well, yeah.
Ball pickup.
At this elo, comfort heroes are way more dominant than the meta.
And I say have to with like quotation marks because who minds picking up Ariel? Who's like, ah, darn it, I gotta pick up Ariel? That's horrible. If this were,
I hate it.
and they could pick up Ariel Tass here, right? You gotta ask yourself, did they play the necessary heroes?
He's gonna be so
for that
confused
to be,
that
a
none of
safe
us
pickup?
have
They could go
Ariel.
Ariel Uther, in which case it doesn't
He's
matter what
so
their hard
talking
carry
about it
is. If
here.
they pick up the Tass, they're sort of locked into picking up an auto attacker. Leaving Variant. Okay. I'm just playing the Lucio remixes over the stream, so it feels like a pro match. Lol. Leaning Variant. This has always been one of Leaning's best maps. Sky Temple is frequently decided.
That wasn't my phone.
67% of cases, Sky Temple is literally decided by who gets the bottom temple phase. You're not 10 when that happens,
Thought it
so
was-
heroes who spike at 10 have to be played in a very specific way on Sky Temple, and if a team just goes like, oh, you drafted Varian, we're going to draft an early game comp, push in, get 10 before the second temple phase, guarantee the second temple, and then snowball our structure lead for the rest of the game, all you have to do from that point on is play safe. This actually happened at the Gold Club World Championship in the very first appearance of Varian in pro play ever. It was Tempo Storm picked up Varian on Sky Temple and got
Why didn't we go Oriole? We liked Rhaegar better.
destroyed by just
No, we went
you
Karazin.
don't have a real. You're
Karazin,
basically
yeah.
4 until 10. Varian's a little bit
Richard
above
brought up the point that Ariel
Like that?
isn't as good on this map as
Wow.
Dragonshire
Richard
because
Johanna.
safety is farther
So
to
picking
get
up wave
to.
player in the tank slot,
So we
you
went
have
with
a
the
hero like
idea,
Tracer,
I believe, that
in
of
your
like
flex slot,
everybody
like
could
put
run
it in.
away.
The draft is a little inflexible now. They pretty much have to pick
And
up
Karazin can
support
solo
and a
or
bruiser. Dahaka is still available,
Solo
however, so that's
temple,
not too
which you'll see I
big
do
concern.
a couple times,
My concern is that
so that you guys can be free in lanes.
with two fragile backline damage dealers, heroes like Genji are still open, and if taunt into Genji's E, Swift Strike, happen at the same time, Tracer just dies instantly if she doesn't have shields. And Tassadar is available, but can easily be banned out here. That's new theory. Alright.
We did have some weird
Prioritization
comps. They had
here
Gazlo,
of certain heroes. Not
Tracer.
picking really any meta picks. I think the first pick Vala and the considered Uther ban were the first major nods we've seen to the current understanding of the meta and the pro scene. Dahaka banned out.
This
The
guy.
decision to ban Dahaka as the bruiser. I mean, it is going to be an amazing pickup for Can't Counterpick Stupid. But at the same time, it would also be an amazing pickup for core only. And unless they're going to pick up a hero that struggles into Dahaka, like maybe an Abathur, I don't see the need to ban it.
Why would
Unless they're
Abathur
looking
struggle
for
with the
globals
Haka?
altogether.
Just crawl away.
No, I don't think it's that Deaka kills Abathur.
Which
I think
don't
it's
highly recommend on
Deaka
Sky
wrecks
Temple. It's
all
very
of
difficult
Abathur's side
on
lane
Sky Temple
pressure.
to have really
Abathur
good
thrives
macro
in people not
if
being
you
where
don't
he's
want
at,
global. It
but
is
Deaka
possible
shows up
that
and
your rotations are
shreds his
very
locusts
crisp.
with his swarm.
And
And he can probably
just
go
not something you see that
toe-to-toe
often.
against the Abomination, which other heroes can't.
I go so far as to say as amateur teams, that's just a mistake. Banning Uther here, banning a support when you haven't picked up your support yet, guarantees the elimination of multiple supports, especially in a meta where double support is possible to run. We could
Well,
have
he
a complete
thinks that we're
shutdown of
thinking
support
like
pool
he's
here
thinking.
if
But we're thinking quite
a
like
Hope
we're
Generator
thinking,
and
and not
Ariel
what
are
he's
picked up.
thinking.
Yeah, this is the guy
Two
that
top
missed our
supports
first
out of
match to
the pool.
cast because he was looking up
And-
guides all night.
Like, what do you do that one?
Sorry.
Or they could
I
go-
thought he said he was sleeping.
Yeah, because he had
There's enough
stayed up
batteries
late
left,
looking up guides,
right?
so he's
Two batteries
sleeping in the
banned, so there's
afternoon.
two still available.
He's not wrong about the meta, but
I don't
Guys,
disagree that he's
Gaslow
wrong.
is-
Yeah.
Okay.
We're just
But
not
it
on
doesn't
par
mean-
with him as far as meta knowledge. You might be, Richard. I'm not.
So they have a Wombo combo.
He's given up on both
No,
sides.
set up for the Wombo combo.
I know.
If this is going to be Robo Gobo, then that means they have two heroes who don't. Lucio's at a point in his life where he's just not a very good hero until 16, and the only advantage he offers over any other hero really is making your team move faster. What? What do they need to make move faster? I mean, Gaslow, having to move faster is okay. Varian having to move faster is okay, but it's not like these heroes
Oh man.
need to be up in people's faces but lack mobility to get there. Varian needs to be up in people's faces, but he has the ability to get there. Gaslow, generally not in people's faces, plays a
he
kiting
just
game,
gonna
plays
bash
a
us the whole
mid-range
match?
game, does not necessarily need movement
No.
speed.
it's just like,
I
I can't believe they're doing this.
I don't see it.
I do feel like the way he casts is
Ariel's
like
cast is
amateur
still
games at least, is
For
he
the record.
compares them to
ETC Karazim.
Pro?
So Karazim is essentially. For Karazim's their support. ETC is essentially. I'm not going to say it's a root. They just went double tank. Johanna and ETC are like two of the warriors that can only be tanks. So they drafted double tank, Vala Tracer Karazim.
And it works, bro.
Tassadar Ariel available. I wouldn't have
Yeah,
been
Richard.
thrilled having two shield targets with Tassadar, but having Tassadar completely ignored in the draft is even worse.
Tassadar, in my opinion, is
I think Garrosh is
That's a
an anti-dive
Garrosh.
support or anti-dive tank.
So what he doesn't know is
Anti-dive,
they've been
anti-siege.
practicing
I think
Garrosh
anti-dive,
like
anti-siege, maybe even
crazy.
just off tank, maybe not even tank. So having
Yeah.
a situation here, this does open up the possibility. That
I do
Varian's
think that
going
was a
to do
decent
something
pick by
This
them
could be a
because
Twin
that
Blade
did
Varian
make my
versus
job
Smash
hard.
Twin Blades Varian with movement speed. Colossus
But,
Varian with movement speed.
Like I
isn't
was
the
gonna say, like
worst.
Zeratul and Tassadar are highly contested in pro play, but
These
those are
drafts
also
were
some
out
of
of
the
this world.
highest skill cap characters.
This is one of the things that
And so for
These
us-
drafts were
games
out of
throughout.
this
You
world.
totally forget that some teams have very limited hero pools that they have to draft around, and it often results in odd drafts that you would just never see otherwise.
You're missing out, man. Come to cheerleading
that
more
said,
often.
Can't Counterpick Stupid has
Does he have a chat
significantly better wave clear.
that showed up for this?
Yeah,
Yes.
2 people so far.
Neither team has a global, and they don't spike at 10. So, Counterpick Stupid should win the first and second objective relatively easily. And
Should win the first and
Sky Temple,
second
that's,
objective
that's
relatively
Why
easily.
is it-
Oops.
I think the problem was we
why is it the
didn't
default UI?
we didn't try to. We
Oh my god,
we
Blizzard.
ditched the
Oh,
I had it
his
set to
DI,
UI. I mean,
UI
it
is
the
wrecked.
default UI for this cast, and it's going to be awful. That's fine. Anyway, on the left-hand side, we do have Counterpick Stupid, RTB on ETC, Osprey on Vala, Valkamir on Johanna,
Valkamir.
Selma on Tracer, and Wits and on Karazim. On the right-hand side of the map, we
Dirtbag.
have four
Valkamir.
only. Princess
Yeah, is there an
Di
E there?
Valkamir.
No.
Scarlet Snow on Leaving,
Valkamir.
Cormac on Gaslow,
Dude, the way
Illusion
he says Hanamura
on
is priceless.
Garrosh, and
It's
finally,
so funny.
Mr. Field Red on Lucio. Looks like both teams are going for some kind
So,
of tower cheese.
If nobody's
Just gonna go
seen
for the eye.
him,
No one's there. They're not.
he is like unhealthy,
Interesting setup
super
in
nerd
this bush.
looking.
Generally, when you see these aggressive early game positionings,
I wouldn't say he's
set up
obese,
in
but the
the
poor guy
opponent's
is a
bush
little
and catch
overweight.
The rotation. If they were
Yeah.
all here right now, this would be a very, very dead ETC. But they're not going to do anything that aggressive. They're just going to go for the rotation. grab the CC. No one's mid currently. Illusion's going to rotate there, grab that soak, and we're going to have Leeming versus ETC in the bot lane. That was a missed power slide. And RTB is just going to dance around taking a bunch of free damage.
Sorry, Russ.
Leeming, orbing the wave from
Free damage?
Not the
I'm
best way to
full
do that.
health.
Look at it.
Slide, and we're going to see a lot of pressure. Trying to go in for the throw is Illusion. Getting the Johanna behind the wall, didn't quite manage to pull it off, so not succeeding in that kill. Illusion should
See,
not
so
be just the
here,
wave
we
here.
needed
Just
3
freeze
top.
it,
We needed a bully top.
because
or
he
bully mid.
wants the wave to be as far
Yeah,
on the map
I
as
agree.
possible if he's going for this strategy.
Instead,
throwing
we
people
just
behind
we
his
struggled
gates.
top.
Gazla, who can hold the lane pretty much by himself really, really well against literally every hero on the opposing team, is for some reason in the 3-man. Generally speaking, if you have a hero who can hold the lane by themselves, you should, because not every hero can. Gazlo is one of those heroes who can do that whole. Illusion's taking a lot of free damage here. This is not as bad for a Garrosh, just because as he goes down in health, he does gain some armor, but he's not trading efficiently. Johanna just hasn't been taking that much damage. And we're going to see them instantly get on the point here. This is an Insight Kerosene. You usually don't see Insight Kerosene. It's almost exclusively Iron Fist for that mobility. So Wit's End is not going to be a real hero, basically, until that quest is finished. We'll try and keep an eye on it. And we're going to see...
That's
the
okay,
Kilo
Richard. I think
Warwick
you're a
coming
real
out from
hero.
Garrosh. We don't really have an established idea of what he should be at. RTB going to stay in the bottom, get the solo lane. Map pressure is a real thing here. For Can't Counterpick Stupid, they are just getting experience across the board. They're winning the early game. They have better wave. They're game going pretty much as expected at this point, unfortunately for core only. And top fort gone. That's a lot of pressure picked up. That does
I didn't
help
like
narrow
this
the gap slightly for core only. But going
But
into
we did get an experience lead.
the timer for the second temple phase here, Can't Counterpick Stupid
Yeah,
is
I
ahead,
agree we could
and they still
improve.
have a comp that doesn't need to wait till 10 to be really good at team fighting. A lot of pressure on the Johanna there, but nice use of Iron Skin. Trades all the damage, gets the blind off, and just gets to leave. RTB again with the rotation. Level 7, RTB will have much better wave clear, and this will be a much scarier composition. We talked about the draft and there's no real globals, but stage dive is a thing we could see. I actually wouldn't be too surprised to see that. We're going to see Thirst for Battle.
I wouldn't be surprised to see stage dive. Just you wait,
This is
bub.
W, his sustained ability. So going for more self-heal potentially. RTB doing his absolute best. Gazla is just now
ETC.
down here and is pushing in this lane extremely aggressively.
Self-kills.
If they could get the fountain, it would really help them potentially secure some damage. But a 3-man rotation from Can't Counterpick Stupid, and that's not going to be happening. Neither team preparing to pick up its roosters for the second temple phase, and neither team has grabbed their siege to put any pressure in the bot lane to hopefully secure a structural
There's something
advantage
we could have
in
done.
that lane
Yeah.
going into
Yeah.
the second temple phase.
That
Which
didn't
makes a lot
occur
of
to me
damage
until the
from
temple
Tracer.
popped up.
I think the Tracer should have.
I do think we were smart to
bomb
check
available
there,
by now. We're
just
actually
in
seeing
case.
invade on the siege here. Maybe no, they end up backing up. It is going to be.
But then we
untouchable
could have gone to
Tracer, so
ours,
If she dies, that's a huge
like right
loss. If
then.
she stays alive,
Like
that's
all that
amazing.
downtime waiting for the
It
minions
doesn't
to come.
make her
That would have
as
been a great
versatile
time for the
as full
camp.
combo
So
you
we'll
get
do that
with
next
Guardian
time.
Gift, but if playing Tracer is more of a sustained damage hero, or if you're really just that confident that you're never going to die.
So right when the temple popped, should we have
7 picked up for
grouped,
both teams here
or
as the temple starts to spawn.
I think
And neither team has picked up
what
the
we
Tracer.
just were
Tracer
talking
is
about,
top
we
lane
should have
trying to
taken
do
that top
her best
and
to
then
do that
rotated
as
down.
possible and
Oh,
rotate
okay.
Because then
down.
they either have
But
to
she's
go
gonna be
defend
late.
it.
There's no way she gets to the Simple in time, and because she was just
But I think
seen
if we
down
win
that,
the first
Coral only
round,
can go in,
right,
they're
we
not.
win
They're
the
just going
top
to set
temple, we
up
take
on
out
the
that
objective,
fort.
and this is going to
It's a
allow
lot
Tracer
more
the time to
deadly
rotate
having
on.
that
Nothing
bruiser
is being
camp.
forced. They get the
Walking down it.
knockback onto RTB and the flip over. They get the kill. Beautiful Garrosh play. Abusing the fact that that choke was there, and that pretty much makes that combo unmissable. RTB did not need to be that deep. And with that kill, Core Only has secured themselves the bottom objective and literally kept themselves alive as a potential winner in this game. If they did not win this bottom temple phase somehow, the odds of them winning this game were going to be significantly reduced. So RTB's overextension costing a lot there. And we're going to see an aggressive invade here, but they are aware of it. They get the rotation. Valkymer is going to take quite a lot of damage. Pulse Bomb ends up missing, and they're going to fight for the point here. Mr. Field can't stay on, unfortunately takes too much damage. Tracer with the recall out. Valkymer is still very low. Varian ends up going down. Trading one for one with Johanna, though.
the Lucio
RTB,
heals.
however, is back, and will be able to secure at this point. Wits End does end up going down. That gives the Li Ming her resets.
should've doped
Is it
off.
going to be
Should've
enough?
called
RTB
in
going
there.
down again. They finally get the camp. RTB actually managed to slide out of there. I thought for sure he would go down.
Huh.
So far, Core only seems like
Yeah, nice
significantly
escape.
better team fighting than Can't Counterpick Stupid, but Can't Counterpick Stupid has a stronger draft and better macro. Selma still alive. We're gonna do this to check for the stack. So 1 untouchable stack carries him at 45 stacks of insight. We're gonna have to do 96 stacks of Clockwork Steam Fist.
And that's why I was.
Says
See how
bottom
I went
going
camp
down.
here?
Core
'Cause I
only now
needed
significantly
stacks.
ahead
That's why I
instructors,
said,
and
I'll
they're
go
going to
solo
get the
this.
first to 10. Actually, and they should just start boss.
What do you get
They
stacked
should
from
get
with
10
that
and just
quest?
do boss. They can push with it.
Auto attacking.
They can get a
So if you guys
okay,
kill all the
okay.
minions,
experience,
if you
and
kill
if
all
they
the
get even a
minions
single
with their
hit during
key
that push, they will be able to
poke,
get
I can't
boss.
get
Instead, they're going to
stacks.
rotate up.
So that's why I was
Bruisers.
like, well, I'll go take this.
This is a
That'll give
full
me
5
stacks.
rotation. Not
Okay.
leaving anyone in the lane to soak. They're not leaving anyone on the map to control vision and keep an eye on the enemy team, trying to figure out where they are. And we're going to see the complete split up of Can't Counterpick Stupid. Wits End.
Well, Mom called.
A little bit. Trying to finish off that insight quest as aggressively as he possibly can.
Michaela
Picks up
Grandma.
Heavenly Zeal.
Grandma.
7 for that increased movement speed. So we're going to have movement speed on top of movement speed here for Vala with Hot Pursuit. Johanna's going to be moving faster.
Oh, yeah, we can see what they
Lucia's moving
did here.
faster. It is going to be Colossus.
Oh,
Smash
they
Fairy
did go
and
boss, that's right.
So Garrosh is the team.
No, they came in and crashed us.
No, but they went, I should have said they went Bruiser. When we, like, thought they were on boss.
They pick up the siege and don't have time to get boss anymore because 10's been picked up. 4 Can't Counterpick Stupid, and the temple phase is spawning.
I missed a good part of the conversation. Seems like he doesn't like some
Looks
of
like they're
our
happy to trade
picks.
here. Mid-14
He did
still
say
alive,
that we
so
have.
we'll get
He did say
rest
that we
of
have the
mid-14.
superior draft and
Won't
better
quite go down
macro.
because the wall is still pretty healthy.
But we struggle more in
And
team
this
fight.
is gonna
I think that's going to
allow
change, though.
this trade
I
is
agree
what
with
they need to
Richard.
do.
I think
The rest of the
his
game, they
opinion's
should
gonna
just be
change.
trading. But at some point, Can't Counterpick Stupid is going to have to force a fight and get ahead in structures or do some sort of later game boss play. Another reason, just do boss, takes off the map, and they are going to do boss right here. Nicely done. Takes off the map for consideration for quite a while. Fort is going to start to go down. They are pushing since they know they're not being invaded. Johanna is scouting, but gets dismounted by the Gazlo turret. Nicely positioned there. That is going to be boss. Hopefully they push with this. Getting boss and then not pushing with it is almost pointless. You protect the boss does not protect you.
Keep trying to click on the map. Move
Fort
it.
ends up
I
going
know,
down.
right? Look
Fountain
elsewhere.
ends up going down, and are they going to do it? And they do it. They're rotating down. It looks like they are in fact going to push with the boss. The tower's dead. They clear the waves.
This fight could have gone
Mini
better.
will be here as well.
I think we
Yeah.
could have taken the first pick and backed up.
Look at the camp top.
And they're not aggressively pushing in with the boss.
Yeah,
They
it's
can
doing
go
as
under these
much
towers
damage
completely
as-
safely because the boss is tanking them for them. They're not going to get the free damage here. Pulse
Like
Bomb
right
ends up
there,
missing,
kill
but he
Garrosh
actually
and
gets stunned
bounce.
on top of it.
I went in too deep,
ends up
and that
going
boss
down.
done hurt
Mosh
us.
Pit is the pickup, and looks like they go.
Yeah,
for
you
it, but
eating that,
gets disrupted. Nothing really gonna
disintegrate
happen. They end up
hurts.
trading 1-for-1 for the Johanna, and
missed
still
my
missing
divine
down
palm.
the resets.
I hit
Untouchable
myself
stacks
instead of
completely
you.
reset, and that's going to be at least the wall.
So
Gone.
that's
They
something we
probably
totally
can't
could
get
have
more
done
than that at
differently.
this
That's
point.
fine.
They lack a little bit of the
I could have hit
sustain.
Stoma with the
Can they
divine palm instead of
No.
trying to hit Russell too.
Time to leave. Nothing
Yeah,
else
I
really to
just
be
saw
done.
that. I didn't see
Because
it
they
in
got the
game.
wall, the next
I
temple
missed.
in the
I
bottom,
hit
if they
me,
can establish
but
it, will guarantee
we were
them
so
a keep,
close.
and that will mean catapult for the
All
rest of
good.
the game. Garrosh top is getting that clear and getting 13 after he reses from the
I think
net.
we did a good job
Back
keeping
up,
the
grab
keep
siege on
alive.
your way out. Maintain that lane pressure.
Might not have been
And
the same
bottom
story
is
against
now
a
the,
better team.
Best win condition for core only. They get a bottom temple, they get the bottom keep for free, and the next boss rotation potentially will allow them to end the game pretty easily. They just need to play safe. 13 to versus 13 now. Again, ahead in structures is such an important place to be on Sky Temple, and they still are significantly ahead in structures. Rotating around, grabbing vision, denying that to Can't Counterpick
So,
Stupid. They're going to
I
push
think
out
we just
top
need
for a little
to
bit
figure
here.
out a
They
team that
see
works
they
for
see
us,
the
that we can
big
push and win that
competition,
top
the big
lane
clear happening. They can clear
Yeah.
the wave.
Yeah.
They don't
At the
necessarily want to
beginning,
go
because
for
after
the
that,
engagement.
we
Let's
can
know
just roll
it's
the rest of the
aggressively
game.
chasing, uses Q
You win
push,
that, you
didn't
win
push,
everything.
nicely done.
I also like the idea of having a backup comp. So like if they
Even
do take
experience
away, like if we put
and
Gul'dan
This
in
is
that
where
comp,
the game turns. This
Sky.
temple is where it turns.
Oh,
yeah,
you're
if
right.
we win a team fight on the
Reaching
temple.
rounds.
Yeah, we fight in the right brush.
Something we almost never
Right
see.
side.
It's almost always bullet spray for that better
Around
wave
there.
clear, and the additional charge rate of pulse bomb with that area.
Yeah,
damage.
Sean.
Yeah,
Not
how
today.
dare you?
Wait,
See Encore picked up
what?
PC,
I didn't hear what he
more
said
than
about
zone
Tracer.
control.
Leeching
Back in the
rounds.
mix over hard
Instead of
style
what?
for Lucia does not have any confidence in his already.
Bullet spray.
And are they going to go for the fight here? RTB again, really, really far forward. They're all grouping up for that. Could have been such a big mosh. They're lucky he didn't get the power slot off and make that happen. But there it is, the 4-man mosh. No wave of force for Li Ming. She did pick up Disintegrate, which means this is done. Everyone ends up going down. This is going to be an easy 5-man wipe for Can't Counterpick Stupid. The lack of wave of force on Leeming there is such a big mistake. If she took that as a hook, that could have got an instant interrupt on the mosh.
Oh yeah,
Everyone
wave of
clumped
force
up,
is
and then
awful
just
for me.
instant death for that entire team.
See, we just catapulted ahead in
It's not gonna
experience.
completely
We
even out
get
the structure
that.
disadvantage, but now with the rotation,
This,
they
I
can
think, was a
actually-
miscommunication.
They can
Oh, no.
actually just grab
Well,
5-man push and grab
wasn't
the
that
stop
bad
keep.
missing the
wall is
temple.
open. That would have been the best
So
possible.
I like his comment
Maybe grab the
here.
bruiser
I
camp
think we should
instead.
have gotten the keep and then right before they pop,
Carries
come back to
quest
the
over
bruiser
here.
camp.
yeah.
I thought that
Is in
too.
fact finished.
On
It's a
this
big,
part,
big power
I was
spike.
thinking
They're
the
gonna
same
get 16
thing.
first.
They all
Very
died.
convincing
I was like,
lead.
oh, we should have done that and then
We got
got
the camp.
I think we're
But
getting
there's
better at
another
that.
map that we played that we lost because we didn't do that.
Yeah, I remember you saying that, Russell. Because that's something I think we've gotten better at,
Rotating
of
mid,
pushing when they're dead
Then we'll
and
get them
backing for the
16, and
camp.
now they're getting in a position where
Because a
they
lot of
have
time you
significant
get the
advantage
camp and then
that
it
wall.
gets there by the
Every bit
time
of
they're up
structure
and they
damage
just
you
shred
win
through
As
it.
a point of structure damage, you don't have to deal with the towers.
He said right there we could have taken that wall too while they were up top.
Would have been 1,300
We
experience
didn't. We
versus
just ran
800
past.
they're going to get
The
from
wall
the fort,
mid?
and they were already there.
Yeah.
And that's true, you send in Joanna or ETC, take the tower shots and ball
Yeah, I
will
think
shred
EDC
it.
being out of the meta makes people forget a little bit that you have to make sure you have a frontline and a backline interrupt for Mosh at all times. They have some decent frontline interrupts, but their only backline option was Wave of Force, and Li-Ming did not take it.
Did you say we vacuumed it all up?
The sustain that Charism's going to offer from this point onward with Hego of Heaven, plus Insight, plus Heavenly Zeal is just so insane. The movement speed is going to be constant. People can disengage at will. Need to back up here. No 16. Goes for the combo wombo, but not going to make a difference. Again, another Mosh, not as good this time as it was. The taunt goes off onto RTB, but Li-Ming dies in the back, and without
No, I got
Li-Ming, there's
booped,
no
then I
possibility
got
that they can have the
taunted.
damage. Illusion barely managed to live here with the armor, but they should have just backed up there. There's no point in fighting a talent 2 down like that. As soon as the invade happened, they should be like,
Sean, you're
16 to
a
15,
jerk.
we're out. Just have the camp. It's yours.
I missed what happened.
He went around the top there and
Oh.
peppered them as they were
And
retreating,
that,
which
actually,
just
that mistake.
I mean, they had to wait
significantly
I almost had a
longer.
kill, but I
Gone.
was
You see
targeting the
top
wrong
keep wall is
person.
gone versus bottom keep wall being gone, and a little bit of damage onto the gate here. Technically puts Can't Counterpick Stupid a little bit ahead, and they're going to start Boss immediately off of that pick. They are going to pick it up. That is going to be Boss pushing in. Boss will secure a bottom keep if it's not defended, but if it is defended,
You
then
headbang,
just one
Ross.
person on
You
this bottom
headbang.
keep will also secure bottom keep. So core only is in a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. They cannot save bottom keep as long as Can't Counterpick Stupid make sure they're on both temples as quickly as possible here. And if they play this correctly, they will end up losing 2. They will end up picking up 2 keeps. Core only will end up losing 2 keeps. It's going to be extremely close.
Let's see what he
Boston's
says
gonna
we
do a couple
should do
more
on
hits. And I think all of the shots at bottom will in fact make that happen. Oh, no, they're not going to get it because
But
it's
we
hitting the
don't
tower.
stay.
So the bottom keep is safe for the moment. The top keep is guaranteed to go down. And Witsend and RTB need to get out of here. This is a 5-man collapse. Witsend with the greed.
Attaboy,
but doesn't
Richard.
matter. He is going to have that extra movement speed from his level 7 talent.
Did
Yeah,
you see my
Richard
2
was
visions,
fine
though?
though.
Just
Did you see
fine.
my 2 visions
It's not
I
a
had
this
on
wall.
both sides?
You were out of there.
Yeah.
Russell.
A little bit of damage.
I knew
Keep
I
you
knew
in
if they were
the wall
coming,
at least.
and I had to
Now
jump
they're
out.
just on their way to 20. We can see the bruiser
And
camp.
speed.
Yeah, I
picked
think
up
you were just
5.
fine. You actually could have stayed
Just
another
keep up the
tick
map
or
pressure
two
is the
and
best
still
they
been
know
able to
how.
dash
With
out.
catapult spawning, the bruisers can't
Well,
go
don't wanna-
push that first
don't
catapult
wanna
all the way to core. Pretty much
tempt Jerry
instantly.
into
It's not
fighting.
dealt with.
Right, I think you're fine, but I think
This
him
is the
saying,
moment
"Oh, he's
Core
being
needs to
greedy."
force a fight.
No.
This is the last chance they're gonna have to have an even fight. They need to make something happen here. But with nothing on the map to fight over, Can't Counterpick Stupid just needs to play passively, and they're pretty much guaranteed to get 20.
Oh,
and
this
then
is
they
where
can
we
force
tried to
front
party
line.
bush.
They're actually trying to bait a fight here, which is not to their advantage.
We stood each other up.
They're just gonna keep doing
That's
it.
true.
This
He's
was
right.
great. We just
And
Russell
Can't
it.
Counterpick Stupid is not responding to the bait. They're in their own thing. We actually have a split here with the back. Princess Di is going to pick up the camp, and the rest of them are going to back clear.
We don't have to do anything though.
Oh,
Gazelle
yeah.
was the one who
If
said
you
that
have
earlier.
a-
He does have the best
You
way
get
to
a
clear
keep
game
down
position.
and you can control the game.
Not
'cause they
abusing
have to
this
respond.
I
strength
do
because
think
of
this
the
sucks that we
situation.
didn't cap this one here.
Oh, yeah.
I think it
But
was
if-
a great bait, but
They do
we
get
could
the
have
clear,
left one
and
But
person.
20
if we
is
gone to the,
less
if we
than
had
half
gone
a
to
goal
that,
away
they would
for
have
Can't
jumped
Counterpick
up.
Stupid. They're not capping the camps. They're not giving away. They're going to
I did call it early. You probably could have capped it, Russell.
Going down pretty much instantly.
Well, we gave it to them.
Guy will casually come in and steal the camp as his team is just dying.
I didn't even
in the
notice
background.
that.
Don't face back bushes.
Princess
the
Di is
lesson
actually
learned
female.
here today.
I'm offended by your
Siege on the
pronouns.
bottom can actually secure this keep if they are left alone.
They will. Don't worry.
5v3, 20 to 17. Can't Counterpick Stupid can literally just push top and end at this point in the game.
But we don't.
Oh, the slide in. Osprey gets absolutely deleted. Turns out if you're in front of your tank as a Vala, you are vulnerable to just dying. And core only bottom keep. Down
Sorry, Alden.
Lesson learned.
No one's backing yet to deal with that. 2 temples would secure 2 keeps for Can't Counterpick Stupid, and they still have a 20 to 18 advantage. They are still in a 4v4, but bottom keep going down has relieved some of the pressure and opened up a win condition for core only. Boss in a minute 42, something to think about. Core only could end with boss pretty easily if they could sneak it or get some sort of advantage. Looks like the temples are going to be split. The structural advantage that Can't Counterpick Stupid had is a little bit smaller than it was a minute ago, but it does still exist. They are going to get mid-keep off of their temple no matter what, and there's not going to be a keep available for core only to get because the keep walls are still alive. And are they going to get both keeps? It's going to be very close. This keep could actually go down. If they end up getting all 3 keeps, the catapult pressure is going to be absolutely
Check the ammo count,
insane.
homie. It's
Still
going
bush
down.
sitting, waiting to see if someone overextends on the scout.
Yeah, he's
No one
stupid. How does he
Backs
not
up.
know that's going
You
down?
see my vision there?
Damage onto core.
Return
Oh,
to
I
your
like
next
that.
level.
20 to 18, you can just start pushing.
So they
lanes
couldn't come in on
as
us
soon as
without
catapults
us
get
going
on
there.
core, you can force the fight, press. You can grab this.
This last bit was not this bit. I think it's when the next temples
20
come
to
up.
19, there's no reason not to be as aggressive as possible.
Well, we were talking
You
about
see
this.
Vala pushing out bot
Yeah.
lane, doing her best to get those catapults spawned, the D-push, I should say. But it needs to be with her team. The fight
But we
needs to
weren't
happen.
together.
Not being with her team means this fight can't happen. We see Joe on it, sitting in the bush. Balkamir
He's
waiting.
just chilling in the
He's
bush.
actually out of the bush now, I think. Doesn't look like
He's out of the bush
I wasn't
now.
out of the bush. I was watching it.
They're looking for the fight.
Yeah, Russell.
Blessed Shield.
Oh,
Get
man.
in the bush, man.
Easy initiation with Blessed Shield there to force the fight.
No,
Doesn't do
not
it
with the turret
because
in the way. Well, actually, I
DPS
guess
is
it
lagging
bounces.
a
It
little bit
bounces.
behind. You need to be crisp with your rotations when you're trying to force these fights. The team needs to be together, or opportunities like that where you could easily have initiated.
Yeah, that's why I
clean
didn't
fight,
use the shield
will go
genius. My team
absolutely
wasn't
to
there.
waste.
Joe's not going to take out the whole team.
1/4 of a level away from
Nice
20
dodge,
for
Ross.
core only.
Yo, I'm all about
They're
those
so
side steps.
close, and it looks like Can't Counterpick
Like,
Stupid
you
is actually
only
going to
move
give them the
Just
opportunity.
a little bit you needed to.
Let this happen. So top
That's
keep,
the way to do it.
bottom
It's
keep down
infuriating when
versus
people
bottom
just
keep. It's going down
sidestep.
to one last fight. Boss is now available, and Can't Counterpick Stupid just not pressing any of their advantages. They're letting core only. They're not even starting boss. They're doing absolutely nothing but pressure. They do finally start boss. Looks like Siege are going to be picked up as well. They're splitting their focus a little bit, doing both things. Valkymer in the bush, waiting for someone to overextend. Does have initiation. The Whirlwind is correctly spawned on the offensive side.
Do the Whirlwinds rep?
And Blessed Shield for the disengage.
Goes
No one was
ETC.
there to follow up on that, so that's not
No,
really what
they
we're
back
looking for.
out.
Colossus Smash did come down. And
That's
if
what I was
if Core
interrupting
only
was
lets boss
Colossus
just happen
Smash.
Here, there's no way they can win this game. They can't defend boss and both temples, and a single temple or a push boss will all end.
Oh, nice blind.
So
You
they
got
need
all
to
of
make
them.
sure this boss does not get capped. I can't counter so stupid. The
Come on.
slide, the combo wombo. Boss is doing so much damage to Wit's End here. We are going to see Palm come out a little bit early, not going to have the desired effect. RTB is going to go down, but Gazlo and Garrosh are both gone as well. Leading resets could be a real thing. Ends up being a 2 for 2. Johanna on her way out. I don't believe Indestructible has been procced.
I think we could have just
So
balls
she's actually
deep on
fine.
boss.
Osprey, however, is not going to get out of here. The Colossus Smash variant. And again, this is a situation where you just do boss. You're not going to win.
Sean
but
right
you have
here
to do
is
the temple.
pretty
You have
slick.
to stop the temple from being done. And you have to push out your lane. So
I'm
Silma
excited
going
to watch
bottom
this.
and Valkyrie going top is going to guarantee the... No one can get top in time. I don't think anyone can get top in time. Valkyrie is going to end the game here.
Doesn't want to commit to it.
Double temple
Just
phase was
watching.
enough. And
Oh,
Can't
the guy's
Counterpick
hitting me.
Stupid.
Okay.
Taking it away. Better rotations, better macro. Core only had slightly better team fight, but it's just simply
Better
was
meta.
not enough.
How was that better team? Well,
No,
I guess last game.
they executed their team fights better is what he was getting at, because that was an opinion he developed early on.
They did end up
Okay.
taking the set and the
How do
match.
I see the stinking? Ah, there's the chat.
Set and the
Finally.
I should say.
The chat replay. It's only like 2 pages long.
Quite a finish.
That was it. Just that one cast. I
Yeah.
apologize again for being.
Wish I
late,
would have seen
everyone.
the first one because we
Hopefully
played that one
you
so
enjoyed
much
it.
better than this one.
And I'll try and make some time.
We still won.
I would
Just
love
got to
I would
cast
love his
regularly,
feedback on the
next
first
couple
one.
weeks.
Yeah.
But
We can probably send it to him.
just haven't been.
We could send him this one with us all telling him he
You
sucks
can
at
miss it,
casting.
but you did always
Because he
miss
didn't
it.
show up for the first game.
Had some time.
We're pretty mean. We're too mean to the poor guy. He's obviously very
But I
knowledgeable.
will make
Much
Oh,
more
yeah.
make
than
some time
He's
anyway
smart.
to do more casts.
He's a smart guy, and he's one of the
Thanks for
people that I
watching,
think
and have a
keeps
good night.
games like this alive, because the amateur scene is pretty grassroots, and the game doesn't have near as much money in it as others. I mean, there's money. Fnatic made $100,000 off, I think it was the mid-season brawl. But thanks for tuning into the stream, boyos.